ladies and gentlemen, Gary Moore.
Thank you very much. Hi, Wendell. Thanks a lot. And welcome to a special botanical version of To Tell the Truth. Those of you who are used to common houseplants will, of course, recognize this first one as being our familiar Sarracenia flava, or known as the pitcher plant. And in the middle here, we have something of the same family. This little fella is called a Sarracenia purpurea, or also a pitcher plant. But now over here, now see, what happens is that all three of these plants are an endangered species. And I say that because they eat meat. And with the price of meat today, how can they afford it? You know, it's a dying species. Now this is called the Venus flytrap. And when I say they eat meat, what I mean is they eat bugs. Now here with this little pair of tweezers, I have a deceased fly. And I want you to know that we did not, in case the SPCA, we did not decease him for this program. He died of natural causes. He ate at the NBC commissary and well, so this is a pre-deceased fly. Now, in theory, I am going to put this pre-deceased fly into this little lip that you see in here, and there's some trigger hairs in there, and the Venus flytrap will engorge it, if I can get down in there. Now, watch it. I'll agitate it so as to simulate the action of a live fly, and you will see the plant kind of lie there. Great start, fellas. Any minute now, it's going to close, and it's going to eat the little fly. Now, of course, not all flies are quite as delectable as other flies. It's doing it. Now, watch now. It's doing it. It's closing up. I'm not sure whether or not, if it doesn't like the fly, it then throws up. But what happens is that the Venus flytrap closes like that. And you just don't want to stand too close to it, as you can understand. But now, having demonstrated that, we will meet a man who knows all about this as soon as we say hello to our panel here on To Tell the Truth.
Gene Rayburn. Peggy Cash. Bill Cullen. And Kitty Carlisle.
Well, folks, we're about 20 minutes late. Panels, everybody shake hands to everybody else. Good to see you all again. Everybody say hello. There you go.
Sweetheart.
Because this is the last time today you're going to get to
see you, We're the same business.
What? That's on our second spot. We've just given a vital demonstration. Look, you want to talk about tough contestants? Did you ever meet a man who knows about Sarracenia purpurea?
No, never.
You're going to right now. Let us raise the curtain and the gentleman go in.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Randall Schwartz.
Number two.
My name is Randall Schwartz.
Number three.
Randall Schwartz.
All right, that's what they all say. Two of them, of course, are not telling the truth. And here is the story of the real Randall Schwartz. He says, I, Randall Schwartz, am a collector of carnivorous plants. I have written a book on these astonishing insect-eating flora entitled, logically enough, Carnivorous Plants. Now let's watch two of them in action. Here, the beautiful but deadly sundew is opening up to welcome an insect. The sundew is covered with sticky fluid, which prevents the insect from escaping. And watch the glistening tentacles fold around the prey, and it'll ingest it in a matter of hours. Yuck! The most spectacular of the carnivorous plants is the famous Venus flytrap. When the insect touches the tiny triggers on the inside of the trap, It snaps shut, first imprisoning and then destroying the victim. To call these plants merely insect-eating is a bit of a misnomer. There are some carnivorous plants so large that they are capable of devouring lizards, rabbits, and giant tropical rats. Signed, Randall Schwartz. Come to think of it, last year when I was in the hospital, Bill Cullen sent a giant plant to my room. I napped off for a few minutes. When I woke up, the nurse had disappeared. We'll be right back, friends. We'll be back.
Tired of losing in life? Now BUZZR brings you Better Living Through Advertising. Vintage game shows with cool commercials left in. Tonight, starting at 4. Only on BUZZR.
Now, sitting across from us, we have three splendid gentlemen, all of whom claim to be Randall Schwartz, who owns the largest collection of so-called carnivorous plants in the country. And let's start with a gal who I believe has an apartment full of plants. Peggy.
I know, but none of them eat people. Number one, what is that tall plant called?
This tall plant is called the trumpet plant of the Sarracenia family.
And what does that do to poor little things?
Well, this is not the active trap. The insect starts proceeding down this long funnel, and it wants to go back, but there are slight hairs which are like spikes, and it can't go back, so it keeps going down. At the bottom of it, there's a fluid which drowns it. It's a digestive enzyme.
Holy cow, it's like a horror movie. Number three, do they all have sticky fluid? All these carnivorous plants?
No, not all of them. The one he just described doesn't have sticky fluid. It only has the one-way hairs and the one-way entrance.
Thank you. Now, number two, do they have stomachs, these plants?
No.
Well, then what do they do with those flies once they get them down there?
They have enzymes that digest the flies.
And do they really need that to make chlorophyll and...
Oh, hey,
all
good
terrible.
question, but a buzzer came. We're going to Bill Cullen.
Okay, I will stay with number two and continue on Peggy's question, which was a good one. Do these plants need the animals or the insects they eat in order to survive?
They need them for the nitrogen
And
to survive.
And number one, in addition to the insects that these plants eat, do they need the things that other plants need in the soil?
No, matter of fact, they grow in sphagnum moss, and they don't have the regular nitrogen in the dirt that most plants have.
Number three, if I were to present one of these plants to my wife, for instance, would she have to feed it insects? I mean, it wouldn't take like plant food and things like that?
Well, it would attract and capture whatever insects happen to be in your house, even though you claim you don't have any.
They'll put it in the kitchen.
In other words, even in New York, closed-up, air-conditioned apartment, there are insects enough in an apartment like that to keep these plants fed?
Usually there's an occasional fly or roach or something.
Number two,
The average New York apartment, I want to tell you, with cockroaches alone, you have the fattest carnivorous flabba-dabba-dabba-dabba you ever saw.
I was trying to cover that up.
We were trying not to say that, but I have a bigger mouth. Let's go to Kitty, please.
Number two, you mean to say that one of those plants would eat the New York cockroach? You don't know how big they are.
I enjoy it immensely.
Really?
Yes.
Number one, if by any chance your apartment is so pristine that there aren't enough insects to feed it, would it eat tiny bits of meat?
Yes, raw hamburger and cooked egg
I
white.
hadn't asked that question. Number three, now the Venus flytrap that we see there is very small. Does it get any bigger?
No, that's about as large as they are.
I see. And number two, if you find that your plant is fading, what is its favorite food? I mean, if you can't find a, it's having trouble.
Egg white or chopped hamburger.
Egg white or chopped hamburger?
Can you see going out to lunch and you're ordering and you'll say, I'll have this and that, and then for my Venus flytrap, I'll have some steak tartare. Let's go to Gene Rayburn.
Yes. Number 2, do these plants go through photosynthesis? I mean, are they involved in that process?
Yes.
And number 1, what is photosynthesis?
Well, that gives the plant its green color. It's the method by which it develops its greenness, otherwise it'll wilt and die.
Number 3, what's the Schefflora anthropicus, and where does that grow?
Oh, boy. What is the what?
It's a carnivorous plant called Schefflora anthropicus. Do you know where that grows?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Number 2, do these plants have root systems?
No.
They do not have.
No.
Number 1, do you agree with that?
No, I don't. They do have root systems.
And if they do have a root system, number 1...
Oh, if they do have a root system, we're never going to find out about it because the bell just rang and that cuts off all the questioning. Now we must vote. Pretend you're on the panel. Would you go for number 1, or for number 2, or for number 3? $50 for each wrong vote. We pay the group $500 if nobody comes up with the right fella. And Peggy starts, please.
Well, number 3 didn't know that swell plant that eats horses that Gene mentioned. And number 2 said it didn't the plant didn't have a root system. I thought all plants had root systems. So I voted for number 1.
We have a number 1 showing, and Bill Cullen.
Well, I forget my high school biology, but I think number 1 was wrong about the photosynthesis, which is production in light as opposed to the chlorophyll. Anyway, Schefflora anthropicus was a girl that Gene almost married when he was in school. I happen to know that because I was there when the shotgun arrived. I voted for number 2. In any event.
All right. And so we got a 1 and a 2 showing, and we're going with Kitty Carlisle.
I'm very glad you identified Schefflora,
Yes.
whatever her name was, because I didn't believe in her. So I voted for number 1.
A pair of 1s and a 2 going, and Gene Rayburn.
I'd like to say a few words about poor Schefflora anthropicus before we go on. I made that up just 20 seconds before I asked the question. That's right. There is no such thing. That's why I didn't vote for number 3. And number 2, he gave...
Number 3 said he never heard of it.
Number 3 said he had never heard of it.
Oh, that's right.
You're in trouble.
Maybe he's the one. Anyway, number 2 said they don't have root systems, and number 1 said they do have root systems, so I voted for him for that reason.
I'll bet you it's...
All right. That's the way it goes. We've got 3 on 1 and 1 on 2. The votes are in. Will the real Randall Schwartz please stand up, sir? Yep. $500 is what you won, gentlemen, for stumping the panel. I want to tell you, your weekend rest did you a lot of good, pal. A stump on the first try. Let's find out who we all are. Number one, what is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is Rick Tashjian, and I'm an executive with WNET Channel 13, the public television station in New York City.
A great outfit. And number two, sir, you want to tell us about you?
My name is Robert Schiffman, and I'm a retired Cadillac salesman.
Well, Mr. Schwartz, I didn't think we would have that much fun with carnivorous plants, so it must be fun. Maybe I'll buy one. Thank you for being with us, and thank you all. Take care. Now, next up, we have an intrepid lady who took a whale of a risk by illicitly entering a forbidden to infidels Muslim mosque. First, however, allow us to enter your living rooms with a few legal commercials, all right?
The BUZZR Academy of Hosting presents Making a Graceful Exit.
We bond a fit adieu.
Keep it right here on BUZZR.
Now let's meet the non-Muslim lady who entered a Muslim mosque.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Allison Brennan.
Number two.
My name is Allison Brennan.
Number three.
My name is Allison Brennan.
All right, let's pay close heed to Allison Brennan's memo on a mosque. She says, I, Allison Brennan, snuck into a Muslim temple of worship in Iran's holy city of Mashhad. Putting it mildly, I was taking a terrible chance. Why, even a peek through the fence at the holy mosque is violently forbidden to infidels such as myself. Nonetheless, having befriended a local professor, I audaciously told him of my desire to visit the mosque. And he said, okay, let's do it. So, disguised as a devout Muslim pilgrim, wearing a heavy veil, I walked behind the professor straight into the holy mosque. And what a spectacle. Ceramic mosaics and shining inlaid glass created a brilliant, sparkling light. People constantly milled around. There were hordes of them on rugs. In one room, they were in a mad frenzy to kiss a special tomb. In all, it was an incredible experience. Illicitly, I had entered a Muslim fairyland and witnessed the religious fervor of the children of Allah. Signed, Allison Brennan. And let us start with the incomparable MC of the match game, Mr. Gene Rayburn.
Thank you, Gary. Number two, was the temple forbidden to women?
No, not to women of Islam, just Americans or anybody that wasn't in the faith.
So when you got in there, there were men and women milling
Yes.
around?
Yes, sitting on the rugs.
Yes. And number three, were they praying?
Some were praying, some were talking, some were discussing their grocery list.
Were they on their knees, number three?
Not all of them, no, some were standing around.
But do they get on their knees when they pray?
Not on their knees, no, they were mostly sitting.
Yeah. Number one, what is that chant that I've heard them do? Is that a prayer?
It sounds something like Lama, Lama. At least that's what I said.
Number one, which way is Mecca? Is it that way? Or is it that way?
6th Avenue is one way now.
Well, from...
I think number one has no way of knowing which way this studio is oriented, whether that is east, or that is west, or that is north. But I know what you were getting at. Let's go to Peggy,
Number
please.
3, you said some of them were discussing their grocery list. Do you know how to speak Iranian? Do you understand Iranian?
No, I don't.
Well, then how did you know they were doing that?
It seemed like it.
I see. Now, number 1, who is Fatima? Fatima.
Oh, Lady Fatima?
Oh, thank you. And number 2, is Mashhad as holy a city as Mecca?
Oh, yes. It's second to it. Everybody has to make a pilgrimage once in their life.
Thank you. Number 3, what would have happened if they'd caught you?
I think they probably would have torn me apart.
Thank you. Number 1, did they have a loudspeaker system in the mosque so that somebody could hear somebody speaking, saying prayers?
Never. Never.
Oh, they do in the mosques I've been in.
And that takes us, please, to Bill Cullen.
Even their call to make it is pre-recorded. Seriously. Yeah,
Yes.
they do play the... Number 2, would they have torn you apart, too, had you been captured or caught?
Well, there was these 2 French boys before I went in one day, and they were beating them. So I don't know if they would have beat me. I think they might have just made me leave.
When you got in there, all you saw were people milling around and in a mad frenzy to kiss a tomb and all that. It sounds like a local bingo night at St. Michael's when I was a kid. And I want to, all those I've offended, I'm very sorry.
It was Shirley Temple.
Number 2, did you see anything actually that they would want the people not to know about or not to see?
Well, in Imam Reyes's tomb, in this room, they were all milling around trying to kiss the statue fervently, and maybe they just, it's their own private, religion. They didn't want anybody to interfere.
And finally, to Kitty Carlisle.
Number 2, did I hear you say they were kissing a statue?
It was a tomb. It's a long gold and silver tomb.
Oh, but not a statue.
No, there are no
not a
statues
figure.
in the mosque. Nothing at all.
That's what I thought. Number 3, what do they call that fellow who calls the faithful to prayer up on top of the minaret?
I have no idea.
Number 1, there are many mosques. Number 1.
Yes.
There are many mosques in which one is allowed to go. Why is it that this one was so peculiarly forbidden?
It seems that the Shiites are extremely religious, and
That the what?
The Shiite,
which
is a sect of Islam,
right?
And they do not want any non-Islamic in their mosque.
Thank you.
And we have heard our own call, not from Mecca, but from the bell, and it cuts off the questioning and allows us now, or in fact forces us to vote for number 1, or for number 2, or for number 3. And Gene Rayburn, you look extremely puzzled, friend. No?
Oh, this is very difficult for me because I've never been to Iran. I've never been in a mosque. Number 1 convinced me she was or could believe in it, so I voted for her.
All right, and so we have a 1 showing, and Peggy?
Well, I voted for the most unlikely one, but number 1 said something about Our Lady of Fatima, and that's in the Catholic Church. And number 3, she doesn't understand Iranian. How does she know they were buying eggs? Number 2, I guess you had to dye your hair black and put on contact lenses, but I voted for you.
We're going down the line so far, a 1 and a 2 and a Bill Cullen.
Well, I like what number 1 said about the Shiites or whoever those people are. And as far as I know, they actually exist. And because of that, I trustingly voted for number 1. I hope Fatima was the truth there.
All righty, and we got a pair of 1s and 2, and Kitty?
Well, it's very difficult. I voted for brave lady number 3.
You're going out all by yourself? Aren't you brave? All right. No, you're not all by yourself, because who's got number 2?
I do.
You do. All right. This is where we go, then. The votes are in. Will the real Allison Brennan please stand up? And there it is, Alice. Good team. Let's find out about the other 2/3. Number 1, what is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is Gloria Spector. I'm a mother of a 9.5-year-old, and I'm a speech pathologist.
Oh, fine. Number 2, tell us about yourself.
My name is Marlene Mackey, and I'm a bartender at the Goose and Gherkin restaurant in Manhattan.
Allison Brennan, do you truly think that these people would have fallen upon you and torn at you if they had discovered that you were not?
Yes, I do. Yes, they were very, very devout, and they were very angry, and they were beating up various people who were trying to have a look at the mosque from the outside, from gates at least 100 yards from the mosque. So I think if they found me, they would have probably, yes, pickled me or something.
I can only say I'm an Episcopalian. If you'd like to come to my church, no matter what, I'm very glad to see you there. Thank you very much. Before we leave you, I want to apologize to Randall Schwartz, the gentleman who had the carnivorous plants, because really one of the reasons why that trap didn't close like it should was I didn't poke it in hard enough. See, I kind of squeamish about that because, I mean, even though the fly was not alive, that makes me the poker and the fly is the pokey. And it just didn't feel good, so... Oh, well, you can't win them all. See you soon.
This is Bill Wendell speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Cotman production.